Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mariah, your Dairy State vegan, and welcome to another What's for Dinner video. All right, so this week on What's for Dinner, Jessie from Jessie at Home for Subby Suppers requested that I show a foil pack dinner recipe. So I'm not going to just show you one, I'm going to show you three. This was actually the perfect week to do foil pack dinners, also known as Hobo Dinners, because our oven had broken and we were getting a new one. So one of the nights I actually had to cook on the grill, and I don't want just typical grilled dinner, so this worked out perfectly this week. I can't wait to show you what we made and all the different recipes, so let's get eating. All right, welcome to dinner tonight. For dinner tonight, for our foil packet dinner, or hobo packet dinner, as some people like to call them, we're gonna make kind of a carbonara pesto inspired hobo packet. So you're gonna need potatoes, mushrooms. I only have 4 here because I'm only gonna put them in my packet. My family doesn't like them. I have a zucchini, red onion. I picked up some of this tempeh bacon, some provolone slices. I have some leftover pesto, about 2/3 of a container from the other night. So we're gonna use this, and then some sweet green peas, and then olive oil, salt, and pepper. This is all we need to make this dinner. I'm gonna start chopping and getting everything in the bowl so that we can get it seasoned and mixed together. And then we'll put it in the foil, and I'll show you how to grill it, how long to grill it, and how it turns out in the end. Now it's super important that you make sure you cut everything pretty small and as uniform as possible, because you want it to cook evenly. So a good trick when you're cutting your potatoes particularly is you cut in slices. Then we're going to cut in sticks. And then we're going to cut in dices. That's going to keep everything pretty uniform, small, and it will all cook really, really evenly. So my mushrooms, I'm just cutting in quarters and setting to the side, because like I said, they are only going into my packet. We're going to add about 1/3 of the bag of green peas. You want to keep these frozen because these are going to be what steams everything else. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of minced garlic. This is optional, obviously, because you're going to have the pesto, but I'm a garlic lover. We're going to season everything with some salt and pepper. The pesto is going to have some salt to it, but it's not enough to really season all of this. So a little over a tablespoon of salt. That's the same with pepper. And we are going to add in our pesto. And then just mix this all together until everything has a little bit of pesto on it. I'm also going to add just a dredge of olive oil to make sure everything gets a good coating. Now if you're camping or something and you don't want to take all these steps, you can cut things and just put them right into the foil packets. We aren't camping. Unfortunately, my oven is just broken. So easy grilling recipes are kind of where it's at this week until we get our new oven, which you guys will see in next week's What's for Dinner videos. All right, everything is coated and looking tasty. Time to assemble. Okay, we have 3 pieces of foil ripped here, and we are just gonna scoop into the middle of our foil. Now, I put a healthy amount of olive oil into our ingredients already, but if you didn't already do that, you would want to grease up this foil so everything didn't stick to it. And then, totally optional, but I just think everything should be a little cheesy. So I'm gonna tuck in some of this Follow Your Heart provolone cheese before we fold them up. And this will make them just a little extra special. You can also make these spicy by using cayenne pepper or red pepper flakes. I didn't because my 11-year-old, though he likes spice, he doesn't like a lot of it. Now we're just gonna fold these into little pockets and then pop them on our grill at about 400 to 425 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes. All right, so we've got the grill sitting right around 400. We're just keeping it closed. Foil packets on the top shelf. And we're just flipping them about every 20 minutes. I wish you could smell through this camera. They smell amazing. So I'll show you what they look like when we're done. All right, so here they are. I'll open one up and show you. It's very, very hot. Highly recommend letting them sit for about 5 minutes before you open, and then be careful because the steam is intense. And here we have our pesto carbonara hobo dinner for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow night. All right, so for tonight's foil pack dinner, one of my favorite meals as a kid was sausages cooked in a slow cooker and sauerkraut. So we're gonna kind of make that in our foil packet. So we're gonna take Yukon Gold potatoes, an onion, these Beyond beer brat sausages, some German style sauerkraut, and then just salt, pepper, and garlic, and that's gonna go into our foil packet tonight. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is just cut up our potatoes and our onion. I'm just gonna cut our potatoes into rounds, and we're just gonna lay the rounds in the bottom of the foil packet tonight. Just make sure you cut them thin so they can cook through. And while I'm prepping our foil packets, I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees because we are gonna cook these just in the oven tonight. Okay, so now that I have our potatoes and onions cut, we're just gonna assemble our foil packet. I'm gonna spray it with some coconut oil just to keep everything from sticking. And we're just gonna lay out some potatoes. Once you have your potatoes down, just make sure to season them. Just a little salt, pepper, and garlic. On top of the potatoes, we're just gonna put a little bit of onion. You could get really fancy with this and make like a Dijon mustard vinaigrette or something to toss your potatoes in. But today we had my son's 11th birthday party, and so dinner is just gonna be as simple as possible. On top of our onion, I'm gonna add a layer of our sauerkraut. this would be perfect if you're having people over for Oktoberfest. Super simple, easy, and very, very authentic for Germanfest. And then with my sausages, Jeff and Cody eat a little bit more, so I'm gonna give them each 1.5 in their packets, and I will just put 1 in mine. Just gonna slice them right down the center. And that's literally it. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna make the rest of them and get them in the oven for about 45 minutes at 400 degrees, and our dinner will be ready. All right, and here you have tonight's dinner. I'm gonna serve it up with a little stone ground mustard. If you wanna be real fancy, you can make like a mustard vinaigrette. It would be really, really good. You can also freeze into an ice cube some beer and put 1 beer ice cube per packet, and that would give these some really good flavor as well. But I'm gonna go serve my family and eat some dinner. For our last foil packet meal, I am going to be making fajitas. So I'm actually in quite the large hurry today. I have to run to do a showing tonight. So our foil packet dinner today is gonna be one that cooks really quickly. I'm making fajitas. So while I'm getting our oven preheated to 375 degrees, I'm just gonna chop up our veg. You can use really whatever vegetables you want to use, what you typically use for fajitas. I'm gonna use, of course, bell peppers and onions, but then I'm also gonna use portobello mushroom cap and some broccoli to bulk it up. So we're just gonna get everything sliced and thrown in this bowl and ready to be seasoned. Okay, so now that we have all of our veg in this bowl, we're gonna add a little olive oil. A healthy squeeze of lime juice. You can use real limes too. I happen to have lime juice in my house already, so I'm just using what I have. Now, if you want to skip seasoning this individually, you can just buy a packet of fajita seasoning, but I like to just season on my own. So we're gonna add salt, black pepper, cumin. This is where you get most of that fajita-esque flavor from. Cumin is a strong seasoning, so only put in about 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna put in some oregano. A little onion powder. Of course, it wouldn't be one of my recipes without some garlic powder. I'm gonna do just a dash of cayenne pepper. Cody is not a fan of fajitas, so I'm making him just like regular tacos tonight, so I can make this a little extra spicy for Jeff and I. And then some tahini. And we're gonna mix this all up. All right, so for tonight's dinner, I'm gonna cook it all in just one big foil packet. That way all the veggies can get nice and happy together in one packet. Now, when I was pregnant with Dax, my sister had frozen some cilantro lime rice for me, so I'm gonna put some of that frozen rice on the bottom of the sheet pan. This is gonna bulk up our meals. We're also gonna serve this with just some refried black beans, of course, the vegan kind. I picked them up from Trader Joe's today. So I'm just gonna put this frozen rice on the sheet pan. This is great because this is gonna help steam our veggies and cook them a little faster. And right over the top, I'm gonna pour a veg. And then we are just gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna put another piece of foil over the top to keep all the steam in and cook everything. And we're gonna pop this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. I actually have to take off because I have work to attend to, but we're gonna serve this with refried black beans and tortillas and some fresh avocado. I'm gonna have my husband take a picture of his dinner and I'll insert that here for you. And that's what's for dinner tonight. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you'd like to see in the upcoming What's for Dinner videos. I really appreciate all your interaction with my page. It helps my channel out a whole bunch. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss another video. I'm getting so close to 1,000. Thank you all so much. I can't wait. Once we hit 1,000, my husband and I are going to do a question and answer spicy noodle mukbang for you. So keep your eye out for that as soon as we hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone. I love you all for watching and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.